Simmons.
And I'm Balraj Dilsaran.
And today we are doing a discussion about how to get more followers organically on Instagram and Twitter and other social media services where you don't necessarily have to be mutually connected. First off, I would say is you want to diversify your content. I think it's very important to make sure that on your Twitter or your Instagram, no matter what subject you want to post about, it's always something different. If someone's looking at all of your tweets or all of your Instagram posts and it's nothing but selfies or pictures of clouds or pictures of your nails or the same picture at the same time with the same filter, no one's really going to feel compelled to hit that follow button because they know already what they're in for.
It's boring. It's the same thing over and over, and it's not something that's providing value or let alone entertaining. It's the same simple photo here and there. And once you break out the creativity, that's when people start paying attention to your social media.
Absolutely.
So a do that I would say for social media is to make sure that you have a purpose of why you're posting, especially for your business. You have to have a purpose of every post, like why am I posting this? What am I going to get out of this? And what are my followers going to get out of this post?
Another important thing to remember is hashtagging. Hashtagging is a little overused right now, and it's certainly, some people use it in regular conversation and it feels really hokey, and you're just wondering, do I really have to do that? Yes, the answer is yes. I think any Twitter or Instagram post with at least one hashtag is likely to have at least 12% more engagement or 12% more likes if it's posted with a couple of hashtags. Mm-hmm. So it's important to choose wisely what hashtags you use, but also don't go overboard with the hashtags. Like if you have a giant paragraph of like 30 hashtags, you're spreading your net pretty wide, and that's going to result. It's going to result in people thinking that you're overdoing it with the hashtags.
You're trying a little too hard with the hashtags. Make sure every hashtag you have is purposeful. Again, everything has a purpose, but make sure your hashtags are trending as well. So whatever post you're putting, is there a video or a picture, and you found out which hashtags are like the most like trending for that that's related to that, you want to definitely hashtag that. And make sure that the hashtag layout is capitalized in every word that you put. For example, for us would be digital marketing. We put the D and the M as capital letters because it's much easier read for the follower.
Think like a headline in the New York Times or on CNN. The way a headline is written, that's kind of how you want to do your hashtags. It's also important to click through your hashtags to see what other hashtags people are using. So for example, if you're hashtagging NYC, capital N, capital Y, capital C, click through that link once you've made your post and see what other people who are hashtagging NYC are using as well. They may spell out New York City, or they may spell out the specific borough that they're in where they're tweeting or Instagramming from. That's equally important because there's probably going to be some hashtags that you missed.
And you can also get some ideas from those hashtags. So if you click on a hashtag like NYC, you can also see what other followers or other businesses are posting and get a little bit of inspiration. Like, oh, maybe this is what's more trending. Maybe I should take some notes on that.
Another really important thing to do is to engage with other social media profiles. In fact, the holy trinity of engagements with social media profiles are liking, commenting, and sharing. If you do all three of those for any posts that really resonate with you or you think your own audience would want to see, that's the trifecta of engagement. And by liking, commenting, and sharing with other Instagram accounts and Twitter accounts, you're increasing the chance that they will do the same for you.
You'll show that you exist. Liking somebody's profile picture, liking somebody's video will show them like, oh, who's this person? Because it's not only building your awareness, building their awareness of you, and also commenting will also show that, maybe this is not a bot, because for on social media platforms, for example, Instagram, there's some bots out there that allows people to auto-comment or auto-like, and then these people have generic comments like awesome, cool, great, and it's just not organic. It's not as engaging. It's actually counterproductive because now everybody knows that this account is just automated. It's not somebody behind the wheel.
So we've been covering things that you should be doing, But we wouldn't really be doing our jobs unless we also mentioned a couple of things that you shouldn't be doing. Do you want to start us off, Balraj?
Something that you should not be doing is assuming that everything you post fits on every social media platform. It just doesn't work that way. You want to make sure that your content is native to that particular platform. So, for example, not everything on Twitter will work on YouTube, or or anything on LinkedIn will not work on Facebook. Facebook actually has a better platform of sharing than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is much more of a business environment versus Facebook.
Another thing to be aware of is don't post incendiary or offensive or graphic images, thinking that by shocking people you're somehow going to get engagement and likes or comments or anything. Some people say things like any publicity is good publicity or something like that. If you're trying to attract people to your brand, you don't want to do that. That's generally a very bad idea, and by having a feed of constant incendiary and negative things, you will eventually turn people off. They're not going to keep returning to your page.
Social media world will eat you up and spit you out if you ever do anything like that on social media. There will be always somebody that will comment or find it offensive, so just make sure everything you say is you thought about it 3 times over just to make sure, because all it takes is just one person to get offended and then they share it with their friends and then it becomes a whole domino effect.
Another really important thing not to do on Instagram or Twitter is follow and then unfollow somebody. It is incredibly disingenuous to follow in a social media account, hoping that they'll follow you back, only to unfollow them hours or a day later. It's disingenuous, and it goes against the spirit of what social media is all about, which is connecting people and socializing and sharing. You will get more followers by sharing a diverse set of posts, posting about a diverse array of subjects, and putting up quality content and engaging with people who engage with you. You'll get more followers that way than you ever could just by following 20 people a day and then unfollowing 20 people a day. And eventually, also, people just kind of get the idea of what you're doing. They'll figure it out pretty quick. People are not unintelligent when it comes to that.
And look, at the end of the day, we get it. You want to have more followers than people you're following. We see that trend. It's understandable, but there's apps out there that let people know when you unfollow them. There's these apps, like, for example, on Instagram. If I unfollow you, then I'm going to get the little notification, that person's going to get that notification. And guess what? They're not going to like that. They're just going to follow you back because you're not relevant to them.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, drop a comment below, and of course, share the video so your friends can learn a thing or two about building a social media following. For Fusing Marketing, I'm Alex Simmons.
And I'm Balraj Delsaran.
We'll catch you next time, guys. Thank you.
Take care.